It's Tech Lid, and we're bullish. The stampede is coming, baby. In today's video, we will be talking about Apple stock. At the current time of this video, Apple stock is worth $123.90. Remember, when you see this video, Apple stock could be higher or lower depending on when you tune in. Before we continue with this video, a quick disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. Always make sure to do your own due diligence and research when you invest in any type of market. When you do the homework and you do the research, you will come out winning. Bank on it. Let's take a look at this headliner here from thestreet.com. Apple, still the king of Warren Buffett stocks. For many of you that don't know, even though I'm sure that most do, Warren Buffett is pretty much, he's one of those figures who is legendary in the financial world, the world of stocks, finances, whatever. Warren Buffett, he is that dude for sure. If you haven't already, make sure to give a big thumbs up to the video so it can move that YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that notification button. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date. Let's get more into this article now. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has just disclosed its first quarter 2021 holdings. Once again, Apple stock was the conglomerate's #1 position at a total portfolio allocation of 40%. Today, the Apple Maven reviews what has changed in Berkshire's ownership since the last quarter, what the implications might be for Apple investors, and other noteworthy changes in the Oracle of Omaha's portfolio. Number 1, Apple is still king. As of the end of the first period of 2021, Berkshire Hathaway owned nearly 890 million shares of Apple stock, priced at last quarter's end $122.15. The holding represented $108 billion stake into Apple. Number of shares owned has decreased progressively and consistently from a bit over 1 billion in the second calendar quarter of 2020. This, of course, is because of that 4-to-1 split that happened in August. Everybody remembers when that split happened with Apple, right? Apple's position relative to total portfolio value spiked in the third quarter of 2020, alongside Apple's share price reaching a peak of 45%. Now, following some position trimming the stock's correction in the past 6 to 8 months, the allocation has dipped to 40%. Number 2 is Buffett less bullish. Let's take a look at that now. On one top of mind question that Apple investors might have is whether Warren Buffett and his team have become less bullish on Apple. After all, Berkshire seems to own less Apple stock by the quarter. In my view, the answer is no. In fact, Warren Buffett himself has explained why trimming Apple does not necessarily mean owning less of the Cupertino company. The trick has been possible due to Apple's stock buyback efforts. Here's a quote from Warren Buffett himself. When we finished our purchases in mid-2018, Berkshire's general account owned 5.2% of Apple. Since then, we have pocketed $11 billion by selling a small portion of our position. Despite that sale, Berkshire now owns 5.4% of Apple. That increase was costless to us, coming about because Apple has continuously repurchased its shares, thereby substantially shrinking the number it now has outstanding. Okay, so let's talk a bit here about Apple. Apple, at the moment, is currently down from where it was. It's a bit higher from its lower of $116 from before. Let's just keep this in mind. Apple, at the end of the day, is Apple. Whatever their next new innovation is, whatever that could be, just know that Apple is going to spike up. Anytime you talk about their iPhones, their services, their iPads, whatever the case, even if Apple is a bit down, it will always go a bit up and more. Long term, Apple is always a win. So just keep that in mind, people. Less bullish for Apple? I don't think so. I think the Apple stock is always a stock to be bullish in. So always remember that when it comes to Apple. Until the next time, peace and love to the Tech Lid Legion.